I'll go on to my Excadrill here. I'm going to go for the 100% accurate. Oh, how do we miss out on these? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown Live. We are here today with the one and only Speedies. We have Dragapult here being showcased today. If you guys missed any of the last Showdown Lives, you guys want to check out more, there is a playlist in the description. Feel free to go check that out. I will also be linking down below the team, of course, the artwork that we have here by the Buckstater here on DeviantArt as well for that awesome Dragapult artwork. But I'm also going to be linking the channel down below for my man OP Jellicent. He did build this team out previously. I'll link the Pokepaste as well as the link to his channel down below if you guys want to check out some more Pokemon Showdown content. Love the dude's stuff. Love his stuff. We have Life Orb Dragapult with max speed, 208 in special attack, 48 in attack with the Naive Nature, Dragon Darts, Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, and Shadow Ball. We have Leftover Sandrush, Excadrill with Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and Rapid Spin. I actually think the one tweak I'm going to make the team is make this Life Orb. And that's just because in testing, it was just coming a little bit short on some KOs with that. So I think Life Orb will give us that extra oomph. We have Smooth Rock T-Tar here with Rocks. We have a really nice Corviknight set, max HP, max speed, Bulk Up Roost, Brave Bird, and Power Trip. Power Trip does increase in power as you stack the stat boost with Bulk Up. So I was able to actually pull off a really nice match earlier against an unaware Quagsire who did not anticipate that. Leftover Drowdomash, pretty defensive here. Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Thunder Wave. This Pokemon really isn't as essential as I feel like it might be, considering that Galarian Darmanitan was recently banned, but we do have that on here nonetheless. Then, of course, we do have a Choice Scarf Ditto as well. I'm going to queue up the match, and we're going to go find one. All right, so my opponent's got a team of Cloyster, Dracovish, Dragapult, Cinderace, Rotomosh, and Ditto. So half our team is pretty similar. I do like having Rocks in this matchup. However, his Dracovish right there could definitely be a problem. It could definitely be a problem. So, truthfully, what I want to do is I'm going to lead Ditto against what I anticipate. It's actually his Cloyster. Interesting enough. I'm honestly just going to go for a Skill Link Rock Blast to get as much damage off in this thing as I possibly can. And what I can do afterwards is go out into our Tyranitar to set the sand for Excadrill to come in after the fact to do its thing. Let's see. Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, Ice Shard, and Shell Smash. So this thing is either Focus Sash or White Herb. So we'll go for the Rock Blast, kind of figured out. He does go out into his own Rotom, though, which is fine, because we do get a pretty large amount of damage off. We don't see a Citrus Berry. I don't think on this team he'd be Scarfed. I'm going to go for another Rock Blast, and I missed. That's so huge. Oh, that is so huge. I would have been able to take out the Rotom. Oh, he goes for the Volt. Oh, man. That's the game you play, though. That's the game you play. He goes down to his Cloyster, which is fine because I'm going to go out to my Tyranitar. I am going to get the sand up if I do bring him down to a Sash, and I'm just going to go for a Stone Edge as he Shell Smashes. Like I said, could be White Herb, could be Focus Sash, and I missed the Stone Edge, too. Oh, my goodness. At least our sand broke the Sash. And what I want to do here, I'm going to go on to my Corviknight. Corviknight might be able to take that Icicle Spear, so we are going to be able to get another turn of sand damage off on this thing, which isn't bad. And we do get our leftovers recovery. I am just going to go for the Brave Bird as he goes for the Ice Shard to finish me off. I'm not sure why Icicle Spear is 100% accurate. I'm not really sure there, so I'll go on to my Excadrill here. I'm going to go for the 100% accurate. Oh, how do we miss out on these? Oh my God. We are Adamant Life Orb. That is insane. Wow, this is the unluckiest start to a matchup I have ever had the misfortune of playing. I'm going to go out into my Dragapult here. And I'm going to hope he's not Scarf Ditto. Okay, there's the Rotom. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt here. Oh! Okay. Okay. His own Dragapult comes in. I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball and hopefully win a speed tie here. I don't, because he has Sucker Punch. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This is how it's gonna go. Let's see if we can bring it back. I'm gonna go into Tyranitar. I'm gonna go for a Crunch here. As he goes out into his Dracovish, which is fine. We're gonna get some big boy damage off on this thing. And what I actually want to do is go out into my Rotom on the Vicious Rend here. Oh, that does so much damage. Yeah, GG. GG. Wow. Okay. I don't think that game could have went any more poorly if I tried it to. It's a hell of a way to start off a Showdown Live, though. I'll give you that. I'm going to queue up for searching for another one, and we'll be right back. All right, we've got a very similar team to last time. We have Cinderace, we have Dragapult, Corviknight, Rotom, Corsola, or Glaring Corsola, rather, and Hatterene. So I do like in this matchup. What do I like in this matchup? I like Rocks, but he could really have court change on that, so I'm not going to prioritize Rocks. His Rotom's a pretty nasty lead for me, so I'm going to just lead off with my Dragapult as he leads Rotom Wash. And I'm just going to go for a Life Orb Thunderbolt to get as much damage as I can off on this thing. He could have Dark Pulse, he could have Shadow Ball, he could have Sucker Punch. I've seen so many different coverage moves ran on Rotom recently. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it and see how it plans out. He just goes for the Will-O-Wisp, so he's actually Scarf Will-O-Wisp here. I'm going to get a... So you're Scarf. Interesting. So what would he go out into for a Thunderbolt? Ursula? And go for a Shadow Ball here. As he actually goes out into Hatterene. So we're going to get some nice damage off on this thing. Be able to get a pretty hefty amount of damage off on this thing. And then I will just follow up with another Shadow Ball. It's pretty unresisted by his team. The burn is big, but we don't really need our physical Dragon Darts for this. So I was debating another Thunderbolt, but we do get a Shadow Ball off here into the Corviknight. We do not get a special defense drop, unfortunately. However, I like my Rotom here. Rotom's fine. As he just goes for the Brave Bird. So I can certainly Will-O-Wisp here pretty freely. I could also Thunder Wave on maybe the Dragapult one to come in, as Glaring Corsola actually comes in. So we're going to get a Thunder Wave off on this thing. And what I can do now is I'm going to go onto my Ditto here, and I want to see what this thing's set is. As he just goes for the Stealth Rocks. So that's fine, because what I'm going to be able to do here is just get up my own rocks. And that way he can't court change anything. And he burns my Ditto, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We do have here... we did see the Nightshade on this thing as well, so... I think what we could do is simply go into... We could simply go into Corviknight. Goes to the Nightshade, that's fine. And now the Will-O-Wisp is going to come out here. But I think I'm just going to bulk up. I think I'm just going to bulk up a bit. I'm going to get big on him. The Nightshade comes out. I'm curious how much this Power Trip's going to do. Nothing right now. As I start oh, of course. Of course. So, there's a Will-O-Wisp coming out that I don't want to take. I'm going to go out into my Ditto here. There's the Will-O-Wisp coming out. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. So, we know he can't do too much to us. And if we get lucky here with these paralysis, we might be able to just Nightshade him down. And get some nice damage off. We need one more. Until he Curse Bodies me. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, he can Strength Set me right now. What is that going to get him? We could... Let's go Dragapult here. Let's go Dragapult here on hopefully the full para. Goes to the Nightshade, actually. So we're going to be able to live that from burn. And I'm just going to click Shadow Ball. It's unresisted by anything on his team. Corsola's pretty bulky. Dragapult being able to break through a lot of these mons early on, being able to get some big damage off on Ditto, being able to get some big damage off on Hatterene, and putting down Corsola is pretty advantageous, I'd have to say. I am going to go out into my Ditto here because it does give me the best initiative, I feel like, to kind of scout out more of his team. And we know he is Scarf Rotom as well. So what I want to do here, frankly, is just Volt Switch to get some damage off. Now I'm going to go out on my Excadrill. If he Hydro Pumps, that's a pretty good play. There's the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, so we know Corviknight was pretty low. I'm just going to Rapid Spin, and we win. We win. He forfeits. Awesome. Cool. So we are 0-1. Let's go ahead and queue up another, and I'll be right back. All right, we are playing this pretty bulky team, and actually this is I'm actually glad we got this matchup because this is the exact same team that I was mentioning earlier that bulk up Power Trip Corviknight just absolutely did incredible damage on. So yep, he knows me. So I think what I'll do here is just lead my Ditto. And I do know his Mandibuzz is the leftovers set, so what I'm going to do here is U-turn on the knockoff. If he knocks off my Rotom, that's fine. Because of what I will do here is just Will-O-Wisp, as I anticipate the Quagsire to want to come in. And I know the Quagsire has Toxic, so that's something to keep in mind. So I want to play around that a little bit, but his Quagsire does have Toxic. A little bit bulkier set. He does have, I think, some form of choice Weavile. It was not Life Orb. It was not Life Orb, but his Sylveon is Wish Protect, Calm Mind, Hyper Voice. His Togekiss is Sub Nasty Plot, so I do need to keep out for that, but Infiltrator Dragapult is able to do a lot of work there. Dragapult actually puts in a ton of work if we can kind of... What I want to do, ideally, in an ideal situation, what I'd like to do here is use Ditto to copy his Ferrothorn. What I should have done, actually, is stayed in with Ditto, knocked off his leftovers, get my Scarf knocked off, so when I replicate his Ferrothorn, I can Hazard Stack against him. But, nevertheless, hindsight's 20/20. What I will do now, actually, is, yeah, I think I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp. I don't know if he's going to go through the replay to try to figure out my team or not, but you should remember the team. I hope I can pull off another... The Corviknight sweep is actually breathtaking, in my humble opinion. There's Quagsire on the Will-O-Wisp. I do connect the Will-O-Wisp, which is fine by me. He does have the ability to go for a Toxic. However, I am going to go straight into my Corviknight here on that Toxic. What I will do is I will start clicking the gosh darn bulk up here. Because he doesn't really deal too well with Corviknight, outside of maybe a Scald Burn, but he is able to go out into his Togekiss here. And what I am going to do is go straight out into Tyranitar. As he maybe goes for a sub or goes for a Flamethrower. There's the sub. So like I said, he is sub Nasty Plot Togekiss, which is fine. I'm just going to go for my Stone Edge here as he goes to the Nasty Plot. And I know we can live 1+2 Dazzling Gleam from full. I know we can live 1+2 Dazzling Gleam from full. So what I do want to do is just go for another Stone Edge here as he actually goes for a sub. I don't want to keep him behind that sub, and now he's only weakening himself to where Life Orb Dragapult with Infiltrator comes in afterwards. Unless he... Now, he's leftovers. He's trying to bank on maybe my Stone Edge miss. But either way, maybe he's trying to play for the flinch now, but he does not get it, so we are able to connect the Stone Edge there. Either way, like I said, we did live the +2 Dazzling Gleam, so if by any chance we didn't, we did have Infiltrator Dragapult in the back to be able to punish that Togekiss. The good news is now is that we actually have our Tyranitar around, which is something I did not have originally. And Corviknight is actually a pretty decent check to this Weavile. Well, let me correct that. When I was able to get +1, I was a pretty decent check, but I'll go on... Oh, I meant to click Rotomosh. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll go on to his Weavile. He actually misses the Icicle Crash. That's pretty big because now we get to see just exactly what type of Weavile set he is. We do see Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Throat Chop, and Poison Jab. So that is good to know that Rotom pretty much does a decent job at taking care of this thing. And what I will do now is just Volt Switch on the Ferrothorn, and I will go out into my Ditto. And I'm going to try to get a Spike Up. I'm going to try to get a Spike Up as he does go for the Leech Seed. Unfortunately, he does not do too well at that, and I'm going to get my Spikes Up right now because what I can do is I can spin. He does not have a Ghost type, whereas I do. I'm going to be able to get all my Spikes up and then go out into Excadrill here and Rapid Spin them all away pretty freely. He did have the Defog on the Mandibuzz, which we know, but the Spikes are going to be crucial in helping out with Sylveon and the Quagsire as well. He goes for another Rocks. I'm not exactly sure what he did there, but we're going to get another setup. And what I can do now is... Oh, he said misclick. There you go. There you go. All right, and now I can go out into Corviknight because we know this thing is Leech Seed. He can't really touch Corviknight. So we can just go out into Corviknight. We can Roost on the Leech Seed here. And we can start setting up on it. And Power Trip is a contact move, but after we start, like, just setting up all over this thing... Oh, I just clicked Power Trip immediately. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's Roost again. We took more damage out of that turn. Also a misclick. Let me go on ahead and roost. We know we can take one from Weavile. We did see that. We did see that. But I'll roost here. As my opponent just goes for the power whip. That's some damage. Okay, that's some damage. So I'm just gonna go for my bulk up here. Because if he's just gonna stand and keep clicking power whip on me, we are gonna be able to set up all over this thing. Like I said, Sylveon's not carrying the mystical fire. He really doesn't have anything to deal with Corviknight unless maybe that Togekiss had fire stab. Fire coverage. Togekiss is now fire type. Did you not know? But I'll bulk up here. He does stay in, so he's gonna let me just kind of set up all over him, which again, we saw how much a crit power whip did at 24%. So I'll go on ahead and roost here. You might think I'm low enough and try to go out into Weavile or Sylveon, but the unaware Quagsire, he knows my full set. He's seen my full set. I'm not... Why would I defog so you can switch? No, you've got three layers up, bub. I'm staying in. I'm staying in. You can power whip me all you want. You're gonna... Okay. 2 crits, 3 crit. He's gotten 3 crit power whips on me. The entire time. So... I'll just bulk up. I'll bulk up. If he goes Weavile, he can get a crit Icicle Crash and knock me out, but at +3 defense, we'll be sitting pretty kindly. There's the power up one more time. I was expecting one more crit. I'm gonna be honest. I was waiting for it. If he just kept critting me with this this Ferrothorn here, that's what it was gonna be. But if he's gonna keep letting me set up too, if he's gonna let me set up, I'm just gonna keep setting up. Maybe carry Mystical Fire on Sylveon that there aren't too problematic. Okay. Okay, I tried. You can't blame me for trying. The only one that is this bird. He doesn't really deal with Ferrothorn too much. If I was like Cursed Ferrothorn. Unless he's got Flamethrower on Togekiss. There's another one. Alright. I'm gonna roost here, get up to as full as I can, and I'm gonna start clicking Power Trip because it is doing a tremendous amount of damage. You can't blame me for trying, you know. I tried to help out, but alright. That's a base 260 power move right there. Alright, and now we win. And this is all because Dragapult was so threatening in the back that Corviknight was able to pull this off. So, I don't see him being able to break through in any way. A +4 Brave Bird's going to knock out the Sylveon. Going to knock out the Mandibuzz. Power Trip's going to take care of the Weavile and the Quagsire. So, that is pretty much game. Unless he can crit me down with Icicle Crash. He can certainly go for there. But here comes the Quagsire. We've seen Power Trip do this before. Power Trip's going to take out the unaware Quagsire. He's letting me get Leftovers recovery. That's going to be GG. That is going to be GG. I'm going to Brave Bird. +4 Brave Bird. Yep. GG. He can... Okay. Excuse me. He can crit me or flinch me down with Weavile still. I'm not going to say that's game just yet. But he can certainly do that. I'm just going to go for Power Trip. He can crit me with Weavile. There was his win con right there. There was one of those. Okay, cool. So he's still in the game. I can go into Tyranitar. And what I want to do here is just click Stone Edge as he goes for the Icicle Crash, which is fine. Because Sandrush, Excadrill. Would you be Scarf? Yeah, Sandrush, Excadrill just cleans up after this. I click Iron Head a few times and it'll be fine. And that'll be GG. I knew I wanted to preemptively drop the GG in the chat, but something in my gut told me as many crits as he got, His Weavile was still going to crit me, so. And Sylveon, after 3 layers of spikes, Life Orb, Excadrill. I'm going to click Iron Head. He protects. Okay, that's a fine play. That is a fine play. He's going to take sand damage. And I go for my... I'm going to go for my Iron Head there. And that's how it's going to be. GG. All right, cool. I am going to finish up that match. I'm going to search for one more match, and we will be right back. All right, my opponent has a team of Malamar, Hatterene, Ursula, Chandelure, Gastrodon, and Caparajah. So, very, 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 very threatening Trick Room team. Dragapult puts in a ton of work. Unfortunately, not against this thing. I wish I had the U-turn. I don't. So I'm going to go out into Rotom here on the superpower, as he actually goes for Night Slash, so not going to be doing too much. We do see he is Life Orb Malamar. I am going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here to kind of neutralize this. And there is the Trick Room. So what I can pretty safely do here is... What can I safely do here? I'm just going to Hydro Pump. He can go for the superpower. That's fine. He's going to start setting up. We see he's got Life Orb, so unless he's like Rest, Talk, Malamar with Life Orb, I don't see this thing being too large of an issue. In fact, my Ditto can counter sweep him if I get this right. So here comes the Cursula. Cursula is a little bit of an issue. I will go Tyranitar here. Now, this thing could have Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go Rotom to scout for that. As it's actually Earth Power. Okay. So he definitely could have, he definitely could be a Specs Cursula here. I'm going to Volt Switch as he goes Hatterene. And what I can do here now is actually go on to my Excadrill since this is the last turn of Trick Room. I am just freely going to click... Earthquake's my best bet, but I'm curious if... I'm curious if Earthquake's not killing him. Okay, I'll go for Iron Head here. That'll knock him out. It'll be fine. Take a little Life Orb damage, but we do take down one of another one of his Trick Room setters. Caparajah comes out. I'm super curious about this thing. I know it's bulky, but Life Orb Earthquake still takes you down, friend. If you're like a Trick Room setter, I feel like he should have went maybe Cursula or Chandelure, but we're still looking pretty good. Gastrodon's probably his only check at this point. If he goes Gastrodon, I can go out into my Ditto to kind of wall that. But we'll see what precisely my opponent wants to do here. Here's the Chandelure. I'm going to click Earthquake one more time, and we're going to take out his last Trick Room sweeper. And that is going to be another game in the books. So I think I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. We did get a couple wins here under our team. We did see some wall breaking from the Dragapult as well. Definitely, like I said in the description, go check out my man OP Jellison. Dude's a good friend of mine. He came out to the meetup a few months back. Can't thank him enough for that, and of course everybody else who came out for that event. But if you guys enjoyed, feel free to leave a like. If you guys want to see any specific Pokemon or teams, let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, you know, if you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button. All that being said, I'm gonna remind you guys to be great and do great, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.